Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope that you all are fine and I hope that you all are okay. Alright, today we will continue our lesson which is reasons and supports. We started up last week, so we will finish up the lesson today. So first you have to log in using the aplusstudent.com. You click on your name and move on to language art. Our grade is the grade 4. The chapter is reasons and support. The lesson will be identify supporting details in informational text. Hi to you all on the chats. Alright, so we will start now. Alright, so when you make a statement in writing, you should include details like facts or quotation. To support your statement. So once you're making a statement in writing, you need to include some certain details like the fact or the quotations, okay? To support your writing because when you're writing, you need to have like a supporting fact to make us know that okay, indeed this is what is happening or this is how it is, right? These details are sometimes called evidence. You can find evidence when you read about a topic. For example, if you make a statement about a person from history, you can support it with a detail. So we have the statement: the jazz singer Ella Fitzgerald is admired today. Now, the detail will be in 2007, the United States Post Office made a special Ella Fitzgerald postage stamp. So only people who are admired get put on postage stamps. So this detail supports the statement. So because the main statement is this particular singer is admired, and this detail helps us know why she's admired, and it gives us more information as to the reason why she's admired. All right, so that's like the most important thing that we should know about writing. All right, so once you're writing and making a statement, you need to have details and evidence that will back up the points that you are making. All right, so let's look at some examples here. All right, select the detail that best shows insects are drawn to the smell of nectar. Alright, so we have catching insect is not easy when you are a plant. The Venus flytrap has no eyes to see flies. It has no ears to hear. The home of a honeybee. So how does it lure its lunch? So how does it get its lunch? Alright, so like every trap, the Venus flytrap contains bait. Sugary nectar covers the leaves. So insects smell the nectar. They think it is mealtime. They are right, but they never guess they are on the menu. So they never guess that they are the meal. Alright? All right, so the tiny hairs on each leaf act as triggers. As soon as insect touches the hair, twang goes the trap. In less than a second, the sides of the leaf close in over the insect. So this was from Richard, right? So how do you know, or what details best shows that insects are drawn to the smell of nectar? So we can see here. Alright, so this detail here shows that they are drawn to it because of the sugary nectars that covers the leaves. Okay, so like every trap, the Venus fly trap contains bait. So this is it. They are right, but they never guess they are on the menu. Alright, so the text says that when insects smell the nectar in a Venus fly trap, they think it is time to eat. So they are drawn to the smell. Alright, so that is what supports the details here. Alright, that insects are drawn to the smell of nectar. Alright, let's look at some more examples. Alright, so select the detail that best shows the Incans had no books. Now, the Incans were an amazing people around 1438 CE. They formed one of the largest empires in South America. Without horses or inventions like the wheel or writing, the Incas built big cities and ruled over millions of people. They constructed thousands of miles of roads through mountains, but the Incan Empire lasted for only about 100 years. Right, so this is from Sandra Newman. Now we have to select the detail that best shows the Incans had no books. Okay? Now this is the details here that supports it. So the text says that the Incans did not have writing, so they wouldn't have had any books. All right, so take note of it. Right, so without horses or inventions like the wheels or writing, so they built big cities instead. Right, so this is the detail that supports or shows us that they didn't have writing or have any books. Okay, so we will move on to the test and you can share your answers with me. All right, so you can share your answers with me. So we have selected detail that best shows that objects in space reach higher speeds than all but the fastest objects on Earth do. So we have NASA tracks some 500,000 pieces of space junk. All right, they track everything. They track bits of out of date satellites. They even track the rare lost glove or spatula. Why? Because a piece of space junk that size is moving fast. It is moving at about 10 times the speed of a bullet. It will hit you with the power of 25 sticks of dynamite. So this was from what? This person from X. Okay, so is it moving at about 10 times the speed of a bullet, or it will hit you with the power of 25 sticks of dynamite? So we have option 2. All right, thank you for your answers. Now we can see that the option 2 is wrong. Why? Because it is moving at about 10 times the speed of a bullet. So this question is saying select the detail that best shows that object in space reach higher speed. So this is talking about speed. So since it's talking about the speed, it has to be what? The 10 times the speed of a bullet. Right? So we have to be careful with our answers. So select the detail that best shows barren ground caribou are well suited to freezing temperatures. So you can look at this and we can select our answer. So, what do you think? Option one for this. So, it's best showing that barren ground caribou are well suited to freezing temperature. So we have barren ground caribou are about 4 feet, that is 120 centimeter, tall at their shoulders and can weigh up to 300 pounds, that's 140 kg. Their short thick bodies help them help keep them warm in the cold Arctic weather. Their long legs and large hovers are perfect for the long distance they travel every year. So let's look at this. Their short, thick bodies help keep them warm. All right, that's great because it's talking about them being suited for freezing temperature. All right, so we have this one here. The following text is about a little brown fuzzy fruit called the kiwi. Select the detail that best shows kiwis are a good source of vitamin C. So, what do you think here? All right, so we have containing more than twice the recommended daily allowance of vitamin C. These fiery fruits are your immune system's best friend. Best friends. Kiwis are full of potassium, fiber, and vitamin K. In addition, kiwis help keep the heart and circulatory system healthy. Contrary to popular belief, you can actually eat the skin of kiwis. Now, this was gotten from Choices magazine. So is it option one or option two? So are we going with option two? So option one is actually the right one, okay? Because it says containing more than twice the recommended daily allowance of vitamin C. Right? So the it says to select the detail that shows kiwis are a good source of vitamin C. Okay. All right, so we have this one over here. So the following text is about the 1984 eruption of the Nevado del Ruiz volcano in Colombia. Select the details that best shows the eruption changed the shape of the Nevado del Ruiz volcano. So is it the first or the second? So you can share your answers with me. So, option one, is that the right one? Alright, so good job. Thank you for your answer. Select the detail that best shows the Incans had no books. So this was in a tutorial, but you can tell me what you think the answer is here. So this was option two, right? Without horses or inventions like the wheel or writing, the Incas built big cities and ruled over millions of people. Okay. All right, so following the text about the life and work of Dolores Huerta, select the detail that best shows Huerta made sure that workers would not give in during a strike. So, what is it? Is it the first or the second? So, option two as well. Okay, so good job. Good job, guys. Okay, so select the detail that best shows a polar bear is bigger than a lion. First to second. So the polar bear is the largest land predator alive today. Like a lion, a polar bear is a skilled hunter that knows exactly when and how to attack. The clever carnivore looks for a hole in the eyes and waits. When a seal comes up for air, the polar bear pounces and grabs the seal with its sharp teeth. So is this the first or the second? What do you think? All right, so the first one. Okay, good guys. So select the detail that best shows Thomas Jefferson had a huge collection of books. So is it the first or the second? So is this option two or one, which is the right one here? All right, so Thomas Jefferson loved to read. He collected books about the stars and books about history. In fact, he had one of the largest library in America. Thomas Jefferson also loved to write. He wrote letters to people like Benjamin Franklin and George Washington. In his lifetime, he wrote over 20,000 letters. That's like writing a letter a day, every day for 55 years. So is it the first or the second? Okay, so the second, which is correct. So select the detail that best shows a phobia is much stronger than a regular fear. So is it the first or the second? All right, so we have roughly 10% of people who get a phobia. A phobia is a response to what someone thinks is a danger. It does not really make sense. It's normally over the top. It is a response that causes people to avoid their object of fear, like the plague. What might help though is exposure therapy. Patients slowly increase contact with their phobia. The hope is that they will overcome their fear. So, first or second? So, option two. Good job, guys. Select the detail that best shows that bees are facing multiple problems. So, is it the first or the second? Option 1. All right, good job. So select the detail that best shows many rockets were launched before humans ever rode inside of one. The first to second. So, what do you think is the answer to this? Huge rockets were built beginning in the 1950s in an effort to reach outer space. After years of tests, it was time to put a human being in a rocket. Only a person could tell the rest of the world about the joy and wonder of seeing Earth from space. So, is it the first or the second? So, the first one, after years of tests, it was time to put the human being in a rocket. So you can see that it shows many rockets were launched before humans ever rode it. So they were launched before we have human beings riding it. Okay. So select the detail that best shows the United States makes more cheese than France does. First or second. So what do you think? First or second? Alright, so the first. So select the details that best shows that Niagara Falls is incredibly loud. Is it the first or second? So is it the first to second? So option two, which is correct. So select the details that best shows that there are more speakers of Chinese than there are speakers of English. So is it the first or the second? So so more people speak Chinese than any other language. Alright, so select the detail that best shows that barren ground caribou are well suited to freezing temperature. So is it the first or the second? So option two. All right, that's it for our lesson under the reasons and support. If you haven't done this before, you have to make sure that you try to complete this lesson. Before we finish, can you tell me, do you have any questions before we end for today? All right, since we have no questions, we'll end here for today. I hope that you'll have a good evening and see you all next time. Thank you for participating in the lesson and bye everyone.